With this particular video, I want to talk about individuals that use being a teacher as an excuse to be validated by the Matrix. And I want to tell people, stop doing that. Stop using being a teacher to be validated by the Matrix. See, every teacher must be approved by the student. And if the student is in the Matrix, then somewhat the teacher has to be in the Matrix. So a lot of people go and use being a teacher to validate being in the Matrix, or they use being a teacher in order to be validated by the Matrix. This is a fact. This is how they continue to interface with the Matrix. And they just want validation from others. When you enlighten, you don't give a fuck about the Matrix, or really even the people in it. So your classroom will be empty. It's not that you don't care about the human beings or you lack humanity. You don't care about the egos that people have in the Matrix, that they are attempting to keep alive, that they are scared to let go. They're scared to die. If you really want to bring forth enlightenment, your classroom will be empty, because there will be no egos. There will be no students, because everyone would have to come selfless with no ego. No students. No one looking to be rewarded, looking to be smart, looking to collect information, looking to graduate us along some linear journey. That person's dead. So the classroom will be empty. And what you're calling the student would become totally one with the cosmos, with the universe, instantaneously. But you got a lot of people, hey, I'm a teacher. And they're arguing back and forth with people that are asleep, trying to be validated, trying to justify. Everybody that is asleep and in the Matrix is not just ignorant. It's not that they just don't know or they lack knowledge. They also seek to be validated by the Matrix. And they seek to make sure that their opinions are consistent with popular opinions and popular viewpoints. They want to remain status quo to make sure that their mind is in sync with the mainframe of the Matrix. So they're intentionally rejecting certain information, certain truths, and certain facts so they can stay in alignment with the masses of asses. Because that's where they get their most creature comforts or their most benefits, physically and materially, from the Matrix. So they have to make sure their mind is in alignment with the Matrix. So they'll even reject knowledge and truth and information. And they will reject things that are contrary to beliefs that they hold, because they want to stay in tune with them. They don't want to slip out or fall out the Matrix. So it's not just a lack of knowledge and that you need to teach them. They're making a choice that, hey, I want to stay in alignment with the herd. I don't want to be outcasted. I don't want to have opinions and thoughts and beliefs that are not consistent with the masses of asses. So you cannot teach people like that. They're unteachable, and to many unreachable. So being a teacher is you still seeking validation from those that are seeking validation, from those that are seeking validation, from those that are seeking validation. The true teaching, the true manifestation of enlightenment will destroy the Matrix. It will be an interruption. It will be an abrupt interruption. It will be apocalyptic for the Matrix. It's the Armageddon of certain Matrix ideas. The true awakening is destruction. When the Messiah come back, you can recognize the Messiah because his very presence, his very existence is destroying the matrix. The Messiah ain't coming back to teach nothing. The Messiah has not come back to be validated by no one. It is the end of your reality. It's the end of the bullshit. At the very embodiment and the very manifestation of the Messiah, it is the end of the illusion of the false reality. And all you can do is bear witness. It's too late for you to be taught. It's too late for you to sit in the classroom. It's too late for you to graduate. By the time of the manifestation of the Messiah, of God consciousness on earth, that is the end of your paradigm. That is the end of a world you once knew. That's when the facts is separated from the fiction. So the Messiah ain't coming back to teach you a damn thing, and is not seeking to be validated by you. All of your myths will be expelled. All of your limitations will be exposed. This is a fact. So ain't no Messiah, ain't no embodiment of God trying to get validated by you, trying to fucking debate with you, because it's not an intellectual problem. It's not a problem of scholarship. It's not a problem of education. It's an issue of choice. Choose this day whom you shall serve. You can only worship one and hate the other. That's the time that we're in now. And a lot of people play dumb and pretend to be students because they are slow to choose what they know that is right, because they fear that they may suffer and be uncomfortable for making the right choices. They fear that they will be outcast and ostracized, so they continue to make the choice that keeps them in sync with the human farm, with the masses of asses. They go along to get along, and you gonna come and teach them. You gonna have to get along with them and water down your teachings and water down yourself, because you want something they have. You want their money. You want attention from them. You want validation. You want respect. You want to be honored. You want validation. You want something from them. So you use a teacher for yourself to be validated by the student. Because a teacher with no students is no teacher. If you have no students, you're not a teacher. So you have to find some students to validate you to be a teacher. But when your message and your power is beyond all students, it's beyond all beings, when your power is immeasurable, when you have reached a level of omnipotence, omnipotence, then all anyone can do is bear witness to the manifestation of the truth that you bring. And now you are a bearer of truth. You are bringing the truth as who you are, as your existence. You're interrupting the program. You are the embodiment of the things of which you speak and the things that are wish to come. So you're not here to teach nobody. You represent the change. You represent that which all those have been taught before your arrival. They should have already been taught. It's too late. It's too late. This is the fulfillment of the revelations, the fulfillment of the prophecies. It's too late to be taught. You have to choose today whom you shall serve. And anyone who's not you might not be at a level to even be a student, but make the right choice. You're a student of your choices. You are a student of your choices. And you will learn from your choices more than you will from any individual. So when you are not at a level to even be a student, because that's arrogance to think that you could even be a student, because you can't even be accepted into every university. You can't even be accepted into every college. Hell, there's some high schools that might not even accept you. You can't be accepted into the military. Certain institutions won't even accept you. So it's arrogant to think that you're even a student. That you're definitely a student of some sort to something that is beyond the matrix. When you come to that realization, all you can have is devotion and honor and respect and loyalty and dignity. Because there are things that are beyond your knowledge. There are things and there are those who are beyond your knowledge that you can ever ascertain. That is that which is beyond you. But you're too arrogant to recognize that. Because the Matrix has told you that you're God and you're somebody and you're something. And like Nike, just do it. So you could not fathom that there's entities that are so far beyond you that it is unimaginable. That their knowledge is so much older. And they're so much wiser. And they transcend the existence and the age of your soul. You couldn't possibly imagine that. So you think you could at least become of a student to them. That you could be studious to that which is beyond your comprehension and intellect. That's when you have to humble yourself and be a devotee. And make sure that you're on the right side. Just make sure you're on the right side. You might not be able to comprehend it all. You might not be able to understand it all, but it resonates with you. Just make sure you're on the right side. And a lot of people, you're looking for a teacher. You're just looking to build up your ego because you think you're going to learn something that's going to get you somewhere. And you ain't even used what you've already learned. You ain't even applied what you already have learned. You are arrogant. You just want validation as being something or somebody in a false reality. The teachers are using being teachers to be validated by the matrix. The manifestation and embodiment of God don't give a fuck about the matrix. The matrix reality, the matrix illusion, it is very destructive, very inconsiderate, with very little regards to bullshit and falseness. And expose those who have just not made the right choices and are not making the right choice as we speak. They're being exposed by the second. It's like the seasons. We know by the time winter hit who ain't prepared. Winter can't hit and you talking about, oh, I'm a student, I want to learn how to survive. When winter hit up north, you better be prepared. You better have spent your summer and your fall preparing for that winter. And when winter hit, you will be exposed as have made the right choices and being on the right side. Whether you have learned or not. See, that's what the embodiment of God consciousness is. That's the era that we live in now. That's the time that we're in now. That there's only two sides. And you on one or the other. For whatever reason. And if you're still trying to be validated by that other side, you're still on it. If you're still looking to be validated, if you're looking to be liked, to be accepted, to be understood by the other side, you're still on it. If you're on the side of divine black supremacy and black consciousness, you expect to be despised. You expect to be rejected by those that are on the other side. You expect it. And it's not because they have a lack of knowledge or they're being brainwashed or they're under mind control by white supremacy. They actually want to be in alignment with that world for what they can gain. And they reject truth so that they can continue to fit in with a world that is dying. that is coming to an end, with a world that is deteriorating, with a world that is killing them, but for whatever they can get right now, for the little bit of feeling of goodness, of pleasure that they can get right now, they forsake knowledge, truth, and enlightenment and refuse to humble themselves and devote themselves to the true and living supreme black God of the universe. This is King Noble Black Supremacy. Join my website, www.KingNobleblacksupremacy.com. Donate and don't hate.